Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good day, and thank you. You have joined the Red Line, the corporate success call. It's 15 minutes. It will start your week off on a positive note, and it is intended to inspire you to continue to challenge yourself and your personal leadership growth. You know, the quote I have today is, the greatest discovery of all time is not that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. I'll say it again. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future or her future by merely changing his or her attitude. Today, I just want to share with you, leaders find a way for the team to win. That's what I want to talk to you about. We're in a competitive environment. At least that's what I've been in all the years in my corporate experience. It's all about sales. It's all about increasing sales and doing it in a profitable way and growing market share and making people better, importing and exporting great talent. And that's been my story for the most part. But when you think about leaders, it's all about getting to the end goal, getting into the end zone, winning the game. Have you ever thought about what separates the leaders who achieve victory from those who suffer defeat? What does it take to make a team a winner? It takes a leader. And it takes a leader to provide the motivation, to provide the empowerment and the direction that is required to win. Without the motivation and the empowerment and the training, the team will continue to lose. You know, when I talk to some of the leaders on my team that will go out onto the field and perform each and every day, and they ask, what is it's required of me? And I use a lot of the sports analogies, and I like to use this one, the point guard who plays on a basketball team. What makes the difference? That point guard is a person who is able to score, who's able to take over the game, who's able to make others better and set them up for success by handling the ball and getting them into proper position that they may receive it and that they have a greater chance of scoring for the team. The point guard also is the one that also can get into the huddle and add value and can talk with the coach on the sideline and what they're seeing on the playing field, can get inside of the film room with the coach after the game is over and learn a little bit more about how things could run. A point guard is one that can get with one of the teammates on the playing floor and able to share with them and tell them what position they should be at and why things are not working and how they could work better. And so when you think about winners are point guards, if I may use that expression. Winners are ones that can win and get out and take the last second shot with the confidence and believing that they will make it to win for the team. They can make sure that the people are in proper position and they could set up others to be successful as well. They can get over to the coach and look at the coach and just eye to eye, and they can be on the same page and execute and win for the team. Victorious leaders have this one thing in common. They share an unwillingness to accept defeat. You're not going to win every game, but you're going to study from every loss, and you're going to implement something that is going to make the difference in winning the next time. I heard Coach Lou Holtz once say that winning is all about what's important now. Coming off of a loss, he'll take it in for that 1 or 2 days, study the film, see what the opponent did on the field, and make the adjustment and begin to work on the things that are important, and that defeat the next week is unacceptable. They are going out with the intention to win. And so every time you are going after that goal or you're going after that objective. It's about getting to the finish line and winning. The alternative to winning is totally unacceptable to them. There is losing, but then there is winning. And the key in life is winning. Understanding what of all that I've said thus far, in order to win, you cannot do it all by yourself. It's going to take people, and it's going to take talent, and it's going to be a situation where you as a coach has to have the eye to be able to see the talent before your own eyes and be able to let the people grow and be creative and execute those things that they've learned to make everybody better. You know, in our business, we say each and every day, drive for results. Drive for results. But along the way, you've got to bring people along with you. It's one thing to be a person who is over your own territory and it's just you by yourself and you just have yourself to report to. But there's a difference when you have a team of people and you have to bring them all together with a common goal and a common objective that they must reach the victory end zone, get to the place where winning is consistent. And in order to win consistently, that is to find the place what works and what doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, you have the ability to make the change. So great leaders, they find a way to win. When the pressure is on, great leaders are at their best. They're not running away from the situation, from the opportunity. They're running to it. You know, in my business, I've been in sales and marketing for my career, and we often hear no. No is a common word that we hear each and every day. But we understand, and those that are listening in sales, they understand that no just simply means not yet, and that we do not go down with a defeat. We come back with facts and insights, and we continue to present those facts, and we continue to be the likable person that we are, and we put two ingredients together, and you have a fact-based salesperson, and you have a relationship salesperson, and they come together with common ground, and it becomes an impactful relationship in building a winner. When you're working with a team, when you're able to get in the foxhole with them and understand clearly what it is that they do and how they go about it, you'll begin to get more participation from those that are seeking to be on the same page with you and winning. We have a coaching model that we say in our business, and it really is simple. And it's a way of getting people involved and making sure that they understand. And that is certainly we're going to show them what to do. We're going to do the things with them side by side, and we're going to review those things. And so when we pull it all together, the people have an active participation in being a part of the growing aspect of it, the learning aspect of it, and being able to make a fine contribution to that which they are doing. You know, one of the other things is that the best leaders, they feel compelled to rise to the challenge and do everything in their power to achieve victory for their people. It's not about themselves in the victory party, but it's about team. And when it becomes about team, it becomes about a oneness, and a oneness is powerful when you have several diverse experiences all coming together to make for one solid team. You think about your commitment as a leader. A leader must be higher than that of the team members. In their view, leadership is responsible. Losing is unacceptable. Losing is something that can become contagious. It's like a baseball game. The hitters are facing a strong pitcher who's throwing the ball almost 100 miles an hour, and the first 9 hitters that come up find themselves without a hit, going right back to the dugout and sitting down. But after that first hitter hits the ball safely and arrives on the base path, they are excited in the dugout because somebody broke through and got a hit off of that strong pitcher. And there it is with winning and losing. When you study the pitcher, when you study what they're throwing and how they're throwing it and what location they're throwing it, you make the adjustment. And then you begin to figure out what their pattern is, and you make a choice and you make a decision and you decide to hit the ball better because you know what's coming in advance. Quitting is unthinkable when you think about leadership and you think about winning as a team. You might lose the game, but you don't lose the war. Commitment is unquestionable. You must always be committed, and victory is inevitable. You know, it almost goes without saying that a team needs diversity in skills. Really, they do. Can you imagine a whole hockey team of goalies or a football team of quarterbacks? How about a business where there's only salespeople and every organization requires diverse talent to succeed? The realization is that every person has something to contribute. We are all like parts of a human body. For the body to do its best, it needs all of its parts, each doing its own job. So the key is, number one, diversity of skills. Number two, the unity of vision. You know, teams succeed only when the players have a unified vision, no matter how much talent or how much potential there is. A team just doesn't win the championship if the players are working from different agendas. And that's why it's the coach's job, it's the leader's job to make it plain and to call the plays, and everybody's on the same page. And that unity of vision, everyone is in place. You look at a football team, there is the offensive line coach, there is the defensive line coach, there is the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, the special team coordinator. All of these people, they have people under them, and they're training them and they're developing them all to be unified on a vision to stop the opponent or to advance the ball down the field. A leader is dedicated to victory and raising players to their potential. It's true that having good players with diverse skills is important. But Lou Holtz, he once said, you got to have great athletes to win. I don't care who the coach is. You can't win without good athletes, but you can lose with them. This is where coaching makes a difference. It's about the attitude, because the attitude will affect the altitude of where you're taking that team. They could be great, they could be successful, but then if they're not on the same page, if they're not reaching their full potential, then they're just only hurting the team, and the team is not maximizing their efforts to succeed. And so what have we been talking about here this morning? We've been talking about leaders and what separates leaders who achieve victory and those who suffer in defeat. The question today is, what is your level of exception when it comes to succeeding for your organization? How dedicated are you to winning your game? When things get tough, are you going to throw in the towel? Leaders who plan to win, they have no plan B. That is why they keep fighting. Commitment, passion, and dedication are the keys to success in building a winning team. I want to thank you today for joining me. I hope this has inspired and motivated you to go out and win with your team and realize that winning is contagious. And before you know it, you'll be like those teams like the San Antonio Spurs who continuously win, the New England Patriots who continuously win year after year, and my Atlanta Braves at one time, 14 straight divisional championships. You can be consistent too in your place of work. I want to thank you for joining once again. I look forward to speaking to you again. You have been listening to The Red Line, the Corporate Success Call with Dr. Charles.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about The Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.